Welcome back. Our next guest is on a mission to spread love and advance social justice through nourishment. Welcome, Leslie Woodard, CEO of Edenesque. Thank you so much for coming in, Leslie.
Thank you for having me, Chelsea.
Very nice to meet you.
You as well.
Can you tell us about Edenesque and how you got started?
Oh gosh, that's a long story, but what I would say is I started off as a chef, and as I started to make the transition and work with individuals, I used to do juice cleanses, and at the end of the juice cleanse was a plant-based milk, and found out that there is a market for it and a need for a more nutritious product, and that's how I got started about 10 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what do you think makes Edenesque special in the world of nutrition?
In the world of nutrition, well, first of all, it has protein. We reinforce it with a proprietary vitamin mix, or it's an excellent source of vitamin A and D and calcium. And also the type of ingredients that we use. So I use a higher volume of the nut or the oat, and I also source from local farmers when I can. So there's a lot of intent in making a high quality product.
And speaking of your products, can you talk about all that you have to offer?
So our initial portfolio, I transitioned to a co-manufacturer right here in Buffalo.
Yes.
And our initial portfolio includes our oat unsweetened and our oat barista blend with coconut nectar. We are currently in bench trials, and we'll be having our pistachio milk to come out in August. And in almond, we'll have in January, we'll have our almond line come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more? You mentioned it, but you're actually moving your headquarters here to Buffalo.
Yes, we've moved here.
Yeah.
And I am super excited to be in Buffalo. So we love
What
the
what
city.
brought you to Buffalo? I mean, we're happy to have you.
Well, it's very important that we are concerned ourselves with the environment and reduce our carbon footprint. And since our warehouse was here, our co-manufacturers here, and actual partners, our community is here, it just made sense to come here to Buffalo.
Okay. Now, how do you ensure that your products have that maximum flavor without compromising on nutrition?
Well, it's always been my belief that to produce high quality products, and so that's why we have such a high concentration of the nut or the oat, and I think that goes a long way, and also our sourcing. So.
Now, you have an initiative, a food insecurity initiative with Edenesque. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the food insecurity initiative is designed, well, if I just go back a little bit, we're a triple bottom line company, and what that means is to grow a sustainable business, support and uplift the community, and source from local farmers. And when I was self-manufacturing, I had an open hiring policy. And then, however, now what we decided to do is work with those agencies in the community to reduce food insecurity.
Now, who are your partners in this initiative?
Our partners are the Greater Hudson Promise, a couple of black farms, Sweet Freedom Farm and Wild Seed Farm, as well as Long Table Harvest and Columbia County Recovery Kitchen.
Okay. Now, where can people find your products if they're interested in giving it a try?
I know we'll be coming out in this way soon. Right now, we're primarily in New York City and the Hudson Valley, and we'll be, I would say, probably in the next couple of months, we should be able to find us, but we will be in Whole Foods statewide coming up in September. So
Wow.
we just relaunched and just came back in the marketplace in January. So
Congratulations. That's amazing.
getting some traction.
Yeah. Now, tell me a little bit about how you got into this. I know we've been seeing a big rave of transitioning into plant-based sources, and especially with our milk, we're kind of leaning away from the cow at times. And, you know, it's also just a preference thing, but how did you fall into it?
Again, I mean, I've been a chef for over 20 years. That's how I got started. And I always had the same ethos as source locally, have high quality foods, and make sure that the foods is super delicious, but super nourishing. And so when I was working with individuals on their health journeys, again, you know, I created these plant-based milks, and when I started out in the farmers markets, they said, well, you can only bring your nut milks. I said, okay, and I said, well, I love making the nut milks and hate making the juices, and so it just sort of took off and evolved from there. So, and it grew.
I think that you're going to have a lot of success in Buffalo. It seems like your
Yeah.
values really align with what people are value here in Buffalo. So welcome back. Welcome to Western New York.
I know.
I
Happy
think
to
you're
be
going
here.
to do great here. So thank you for coming in.
Thank
And
you for having me.
If you would like, you can shop her products and keep up on their initiative by connecting with them on social media or by visiting their website at edenesque.com. Thanks again for coming in, Leslie.